me to unite the country. I was not able to get some of the other factional leaders to return to Liberia. I was not able to get one or two of the political leaders to return. And I think they helped to provoke the situation. I was able to do a whole lot. Strangely, the LPC, these were all warring factions, and all of the other warring factions, I was able to bring them into government. In fact, most of the combatants that fought for the government during the war were the combatants of the warring factions that fought against me. So I accomplished bringing them together. I accomplished making sure that the issue of tribalism went away in Liberia. But I mean, to a great extent, I think most Liberians now, if you went to Liberia and took a poll, they would say Mr. Taylor did his best.
Any other regrets?
The second regret is that I was never able to get the United States to understand me. I was never able to get them to work with me, which is so essential for Liberia. No president of Liberia, no president can make it successfully unless he is online with Washington. Now, I'm not the type of guy that you can pick up a telephone and command. I don't take that. I didn't take that from Washington. Then, even if I were elected president, I would not take it. I'm not that kind. I'm not a coward. But I do believe that a good working relationship is essential for any president of Liberia or that president.
With a profound sense of gratitude and humility, it has been an honor and a privilege to serve as your president and commander-in-chief for the past 6 years. Together, in 2018, we embarked on a journey to build a united, peaceful, and prosperous Liberia. And I am deeply thankful for the trust and support you have bestowed upon me and my administration during my tenure. As we navigate the complexity of governance, your partnership was instrumental in the development and implementation of policies and programs that aim to bring progress and development to our great nation. Reflecting on the accomplishment of these 6 years, let me tell you that I am proud of what we have achieved together. We have built roads, supported free wires and free tuition at high schools and public universities, stabilized the macroeconomic challenges we face in 2018, built hundreds of pro-poor housing units, and achieved on so many fronts that we are able to list here today. However, I acknowledge that there is always room for improvement, and perhaps more could have been done under different circumstances. Regrettably, some of the long-term projects we initiated did not reach completion during my tenure. I am hopeful that the incoming administration will carry the torch forward and bring these initiatives to fruition for the benefit of all Liberians. Fellow compatriots, rumors, and misinformation have played a large part in our politics over the last 6 years. It is my hope we as a country will overcome this challenge over the next 6 years. To begin this, we must start with the facts of the transition. I must report to you that we are leaving behind a better economy than we inherited. Today, President-elect Joseph Nima Bouaka will inherit a stronger economy than I inherited. There is a bigger net international reserve position than was handed me in 2018. I inherited 94,999,000 United States dollars in net international reserves. And I am handing over to the next administration a net international reserve position of 222,700,000 United States dollars. This is 136% increase in the net international
the rescue, small rescue puppets, those apologies, those rescue surrogates, those miscreants, those rescue monkey banks and charlatans who were insulting people. Oh, yes, some of them they are in economic destitution, paralysis, and enigma. So-called experts in the country, that's even the rescue, small rescue puppets, these apologists who rescue surrogates, those miscreants, those rescue monkey banks and charlatans who were insulting people. Oh, yes, and some of them, they are in economic destitution, paralysis, and enigma. So-called experts, even the rescue, small rescue puppets, these apologists who rescue surrogates, those miscreants, those rescue monkey banks and charlatans who were insulting people. Oh, yes, and some of them, they are in economic destitution, paralysis, and enigma. So-called experts in the country, that's a contradiction. So I think the guys are just bunch of local, political, and professional tabula rasa and buccaneers.
He does is to convert the kingdom into a circus. This is what we must deal with, and this is what we must say. Who do we elect into our public offices? Because, as I've said before, when you allow hyenas to take care of goats, why should you be surprised when the goats are eaten? This is the same. And Africa is only going to realize our potential in all areas when, by dint of choice, we enable and allow our best men and women to serve in different areas. I've heard it being said about Lee Kuan Yew in Singapore. I've heard it being suggested about Mahathir Mohamad in Malaysia. I've heard it being said about Japan. I've heard it being said about other countries, but there was a conscious decision on the part of those individuals and the followership. We always talk about leaders, but we never talk about the followers. The followers must also style up. Africans on average are for some reason attracted to thieves. Africans are for some reason attracted to men and women who cannot serve her. And when they are not served, then they complain. When Africans are told, choose you now whom we shall release, Jesus of Nazareth or Barabbas, they say, release Barabbas. And when Barabbas behaves like Barabbas, they say, why are you not behaving like Christ? It cannot be done.
In May of 2001, signed a second of two executive orders, number 13213, Defense Exhibit D310, in which it was stated, and I quote, the government of Liberia's complicity in the RUF's illicit trade in diamonds and its other forms of support for the RUF are direct challenges to the United States foreign policy objectives in the region, as well as the rule-based international order that is critical to the peace and prosperity of the United States. Therefore, I find these actions by the government of Liberia contribute to the unusual and extraordinary threat to the foreign policy of the United States described in Executive Order 13194, with respect to which the President declared a national emergency. This executive order did not say the alleged complicity, it concluded the complicity. The conspiracy was born, all systems put into motion, and here I stand today. I never stood a chance. This is the broader contextual matrix that regrettably did not and still has not seen the light of day in these proceedings, despite the gallant efforts by the defense to unearth and reveal the contextual framework behind the charges against me. Now, with the two executive orders, the dogs were let out, so to speak. What followed was a dispatch of the attack pack led by Lieutenant Colonel David Crane, Defense Intelligence, 30 years, prosecutor. He, Crane, unlawfully unsealed the court's sealed indictment to his handlers, senior U.S. government officials at the U.S. Embassy in Freetown, and was never held to account. The rest of the operational team are Colonel Brandon Hollis, Defense Intelligence, CIA, U.S. Air Force, Senior Trial Counsel, and now prosecutor. James C. Johnson, U.S. Army expert, 20 years on conventional and special operations, Chief of Prosecutions for the SCSL. Alan White, 30 years, Defense Intelligence, recalled from retirement to head up investigations at the Special Court of Sierra Leone. Stephen J. Rapp came on board as chief prosecutor for a short time with experience from Capitol Hill, where he served with a U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee sometime before. It came as no surprise to me that as a reward of sorts for Stephen Rapp's diligence in the execution of U.S. foreign policy objectives through these ad hoc tribunals, he was appointed U.S. Ambassador at large for war crimes issues. news. In support of the contextual framework of politics, on February 8, 2006, Lieutenant Colonel David Crane, prosecutor, appeared before a U.S. Congress Subcommittee on Africa, Defense Exhibit D-404, and spelled out in clear terms the decision taken in support of regime change in Liberia and what needed to happen to solidify that process. There was little mention, if any, in his testimony about Sierra Leone. And here is what he said. I posit that 5 years from now, when the international community is challenged by other crises, Taylor in Calabar, under the protection of Nigeria, will make his move. We will wake up one morning and watch on CNN as Taylor rides triumphantly down the main street in Monrovia to the executive mansion, daring all of us to come and get him. Unless he is handed over to the special court for Sierra Leone, this scenario is not out of the realm of possibilities. He then asked, how do we assure Liberia's future? And he answers that. Ultimately, he says, what we do about Taylor in the next several weeks will determine the fate of Liberia and the new administration of its president, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Crane then sets out several plans, two of which I'll state here. He said, first, hand Charles Taylor over to the special court for Sierra Leone for a fair trial, his kind of trial. This takes him out of the local and regional dynamics that is West Africa. Second, tie any financial and political support to good governance in Liberia. Time does not permit, but the exhibits are present. Not even the Nigerian nation was spared from threats and intimidation, as explained by Fani Kayode, press secretary to President Obasanjo, the Nigerian investigations at the special court of Sierra Leone. Stephen J. Rapp came on board as chief prosecutor for a short time of experience from Capitol Hill, where he served with the U.S. Senate Judicial Committee sometime before. It came as no surprise to me that as a reward of sorts for Stephen Rapp's diligence in the execution of U.S. foreign policy objectives through these ad hoc tribunals, he was appointed U.S. ambassador at large for war crimes issues. In support of the contextual framework of politics, on February 8, 2006, Lieutenant Colonel David Crane came out of the local and regional dynamics that is West Africa. Second, tie any financial and political support to good governance in Liberia. Time does not permit, but the exhibits are present. Not even the Nigerian nation was spared from threats and intimidation, as explained by Fani Kayode, press secretary to President Obasanjo, the Nigerian head of state, who was with him in Washington when President George W. Bush promised, and I quote, to bring Nigeria to its knees if Taylor was not turned over to the special court. And what happened? Obasanjo buckled and capitulated. Now, this demonstrates the significant pressure that was brought to bear on President Obasanjo, irrespective of his personal and leadership obligations to the West African sub-region. And therein lies the dilemma for current African heads of state and government, but how to enter into binding commitments and obligations with the African pairs and remain steadfast, resolute, and unyielding in their fidelity to those agreements in the face of such unrelenting and punishing pressure from powerful West.
Where you at? Wake up when you stop slipping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on. I know y'all sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up small, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people last us. The government betray us. Oh yes, and you all must be told that in the face of democracy, in the practice of democracy, silence is a crime. Silence is a criminal offense. And those of you who would decide to live in silence, to stay in silence, to wear silence, perpetual silence, you all are committing crimes against the state and against the people. It encourages us to stand up and speak to the power that be. It motivates us to stand up firm with courage and valor to engage our oppressors. Those who say you will not get safe drinking water once they are in power. Those who believe you are not entitled to cheap and affordable electricity. Those who think you are supposed to go to bed without eating. Those who think quality education is not good for you and your kids. Those who think healthcare delivery is sound and good healthcare delivery should not be given to your children. And those who think pregnant women are supposed to go to hospital and be charged exorbitant amounts before they can seek medication. Those are the people who hate you. And anyone who will decide to sit or live in silence without engaging those who are perpetrating those actions against the people are equally criminals and oppressors. Those are the targets. Those are our targets. And that is why we are here to engage them. Let me say very, very pleasant good evening to all of you across the country. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to those of you in the diaspora. Our friends, our fans, our followers, our critics, and even those of you who do not like the things we say and the way we say them. It's good to have all of you join us tonight on the 3rd day of September 2024. 2025. I'm sorry for that. Just a lot to talk about tonight, as always. I see that a lot of rescue people are crying nowadays. A lot of failed policies are being implemented or announced by the government. Joseph Boakai is struggling to stay in charge, to take charge of the state. The country's problems seem bigger than him to handle. The citizens are grieving. The citizens are crying. The citizens are tired with his leadership. The citizens believe that Joe Boakai fooled them and misled them. And now that they are asking questions. Why the government should lie, why the government should steal. Jackson Harris has branded the UP government as ungrateful people. He said the UP is a group of ungrateful people. He's not the first person to say that. Samuel Johnson recently said the same thing. Now it's Jackson Harris. I will tell you who Jackson Harris is. He's believed to be a whistleblower. The man who raised the alarm of corruption at the LRRC. He says UP folks are ungrateful. Prince Johnson was the first to brand these people as ungrateful people. Henry Costa said Joseph Boakai was an ungrateful son of a swan. Why only the UP folks, UP and their leaders? Why only them? Everybody is branding them ungrateful. Henry Costa said Boakai is an ungrateful son of a swan. Prince Johnson said UP folks are ungrateful. Samuel Johnson again came out to say they were ungrateful and mean selfish. Today is Jackson Harris again branding them ungrateful.
So why does you lie? Why does you steal? Why does you allow the citizens to read?
We will read for you what he posted on his social media page. We provide you updates from the Capitol building as on case tonight, as always.
Why? The government should lie. Why? But the question that we have.
So on today, the General Services Agency issued a memo. We're going to read for you what's contained in the memo. They say when you get beer, don't carry beer to their office. Somebody said GSA public school. The guys are losing grips. So the government has announced a reduction in the price of rice. We hope to go to the telephone lines and speak with some of you tonight who were able to buy rice today and confirm how much did you buy the rice. The 25 kg bag of rice. Government says nobody should sell above $14. We are going to open the telephone lines to ask you how much did you buy or how much did you sell a bag of rice today. And just after that, we move into other issues. The House of Representatives is refusing to open its doors to audit. The very reason why they say Fonanti should be removed or Fonanti should resign. Why is the House of Representatives refusing to open her doors to audit? We are going back to the legislature tonight, suspending all other discussions to focus on the legislature.
So
why are they refusing audit? Why have they not provided any update about audit of the House of Representatives? We want to know tonight. We must place a call to the Director of Press and Public Affairs at the House of Representatives, Mr. Robert Hans, to set the pace or set the basis for our conversation tonight. Just after that interview with Mr. Hans, we move straight into our discussion. This show is proudly sponsored by Crumb Stopper Liberia, and we are in partnership with radio, with We Liberia. We Liberia is our financial partner. Tonight is Wisi Wasa. We are wasting it. You just spend $50 Liberian tonight to play our cash program and win for yourself $5,000. We take a break from our sponsor and our partner. When we come back, we talk cash and welcome all of you who are joining us tonight. *255*1# is the short code to play our cash tonight. Let's take a break from our sponsor and our partner.
Win big today with Win Liberia on Freedom FM. Yes, for just $100 Liberian dollars or 50 cents United States dollars, you can win from 4,000 Liberian dollars up to 10,000 Liberian dollars. And for $200 Liberian dollars or $1 United States dollar on Japa days, you can win from 15,000 Liberian dollars, 50,000 Liberian dollars, 100,000 Liberian dollars, and up to 1 million Liberian dollars. For these amazing prizes, dial *255*1#. Again, dial *255*1#. The more you play, the better your chances. It's Win Liberia Cash Giveaway on Freedom FM.
It's about musical. There are crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. That it can't take your law in. Crime stop right here for us. We need safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see you must talk it. I mean you check. You work for your safety. If you see don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime stop, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stop, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stop, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stop, keeping us safe, let's stop it, crime for all of us. Crime stop, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stop, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stop, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stop. Keeping us safe, let's stop it, crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop it, crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop it, crime for all of us.
Okay. Thank you, Omen Sam Sion. Thank you so much. Let's move into something next. Something else. Let's welcome all of you who are joining us tonight on the show. It's good to have all of you joining us tonight. Beginning with Dubon Hill, Venetius Junior Agatha Glasgow, J.D. Williams, Nathan Jebadi or Jebada. Hope I got your name correctly, Nathan Jebada. Welcome to the show from Greenville, Sando, Asuf Hamole from Broadview. Welcome all of you, Stevie Yagadi from Lower Magibi County, Mohammed Balo. Thank you. Welcome to the show from Broadview. Lamin Fofana is joining us tonight, and Taylor has joined us from Michigan. Juji Wonwe from Johnsonville, Mawata Ability, Helena Wilson, Alaska P from India, Juji Wonwe, Musa Sharif from New Georgia is also following the show. Fever Morris, welcome. Clady Addison has joined us tonight. Pauline Zion is following us tonight from Minnesota via YouTube. Abraham Kumar has joined the show from Iron Factory Community. Augustine Yandimo is joining the show tonight from Foya Broad Street in Lofa County. Paul Jasper has joined us as well from Maryland in the US. Aliyu Kamara is following the show. William Wulu is joining us tonight from Upper Cardwell. Ezekiel Wayakoli has joined us as well from where? Okay, he doesn't include that. Native versus Congo. What is that? Hey, Austin, Timothy Eltier has also joined the show tonight. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, all of you who are joining us tonight on from the different platforms, I'd like to welcome all of you to the show tonight, including those of you listening to us via the radio, those of you listening to us via the online radio. It's good to have all of you joining us tonight on the show. So let's move into more important things tonight. A lot to talk about. The list is long. We told you yesterday that we have a breaking news for you from the executive mansion. So yes, a lot of issues to talk about tonight. People, the election has started. The election are ongoing in the country. It started from the executive mansion. Trust me, the causing, the barbacles that is happening that you see in the country now, it started from the executive mansion. The causing started from right in the executive mansion since the death of Sylvester Grisby was announced. They've been lashing each other in the mansion. So people ain't speaking. Oh, the people that ain't speaking will know that near. Or two Jews ain't speaking. Oh. So we know all of that. So we'll talk some tonight. We'll not talk all. We will talk some tonight. We will reserve some for tomorrow and some for next week. 6 years, so I'll eat it bit by bit. We can eat everything now. We can keep it hanging. Today we bring small with lunch. You taste it, you go back to bed. Tomorrow you wake up again, we give you small, you taste it, you go back, you rest. The next day you wake up again, we give you small, you taste it. So you'll be testing it. So everything gets finished. Then the next day you wake up, you've exhausted everything, you've consumed everything, and then there's nothing for you to, So we have to give it to you bit and pieces. Small. But listen, the small ones that we will give you will be juicy. That's what we can say to you. So yeah, 2 junior fighting in immersion, 2 million almost blow the other day in immersion. Again, the people yesterday there was there was a tension in the executive mansion again. The other one, his or tea. So all these things are happening in the e-mansion. Foreign affairs is having your own issues. There is a potential resignation coming. We'll tell you who might resign from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So a lot of juicy information we have for you tonight. Just stick and stay. Don't go nowhere. Invite others to follow the show tonight because, like I said, it's going to be juicy. You want to know who might resign from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs? Stick and stay. Don't go anywhere and invite others to join us. You want to know who are the folks not speaking in the e-mansion? Who were the two guys that almost two blows and all of that and insulted each other? Y'all want to know all of this information? Stick and stay. Don't go anywhere because a lot is up for you tonight. This is Freedom Hard Talk. We talk the hard issues. And you know me, I'm a high vibe man. That's why I'm called a kawaha. So we see it, we talk it as we see it. So okay, and we are ready and prepared to take any responsibility for anything we say on this show. Anything we say, we are prepared. We are willing to take full responsibility for anything we say on this show and anybody name we say anything about on this show. So let's move into some of the in-house issues, that we are supposed to clear off our decks. The fight in Nima County continues. That the new lawmaker, the newly elected representative in Nima made a post today, but we're going to keep that for tomorrow because he's making an appearance tomorrow on ALBC, as we're told. We saw a flyer from him and people, so he's going to talk a lot tomorrow. So we'll wait for him for after his appearance. The issue with Bishop Kotu Brown, he's been speaking of late. He's not happy. He's displeased with the manner in which the government is proceeding. He believes that they are mean, they are selfish, they are greedy, and all of that. So those are different issues happening. We have the full audio that we are editing and working on to take all of the different sermons because it was a sermon that he delivered. So we're going to take everything from there and edit. Tomorrow we're going to have a conversation. There is a reason why we are having a conversation about Kotu Brown tomorrow, and he's comment about the government being mean because Mr. Brown, or Bishop Brown, was president of the Liberia Council of Churches under George Weah for a good period of time. He was vocal. He was stern on the CDC government. And yes, we used to disagree with him at times, but in the first year of the UP, he was really silent and we were calling him out. Why is he silent? All of that. But when we hear the bishop complaining now that the UP people, they are mean, there are too many questions that come to bear, right? So we were able to get there to conclude the editing of the recording because it came long. It's a 1 hour plus audio. So yes, it's good that tomorrow is Thursday. It's a good time to dive into that whole conversation of the Liberia Council of Churches. Also, we said to you that the GSA, the General Services Agency, has issued a memo, in fact, and they're asking all the people, especially the males amongst them, they're asking them not to wear beer. They say when you get beer, don't bring it to our office. So let me read what they have written. It said, internal memorandum for all employees and visitors. From Burma A. Sodin, Director, Human Resource, to Honorable Johnson P. Sloan, Director, Deputy Director General for Administration. Subject, forbidding dress code. Date, September 2, 2025. Dear all, please observe the below forbidding dress codes on the GSA compound. The security staff are strictly instructed to enforce this regulation for all employees and visitors entering the compound. This means even if your boyfriend or your husband goes or wants to go to GSA to eat because they have a cafeteria there, they say you must go and call a beer first. They say the lawyer, they rule for you. It's for you too. So what do they say? They say, oh, please observe. Number one, shower slipper, men and women. They say, don't wear your shower slipper. You go to GSA compound. You are not allowed to enter. Number two, sleeveless blouse. They say it's not allowed to enter. They can call it spaghetti blouse. You know, spaghetti tanning. All those tanning blouse. They say, yeah, not allowed to enter. Short skirt above the knees. Not allowed to enter GSA. Short dress above the knees. Not allowed to enter. The other head is happy. Muscle arm shirt. Not allowed to enter. Track suit. Men and women. You wear a track suit, you can't enter. You can't enter GSA. Track suit. Don't wear a track suit and say you're going to enter GSA. No, it's not allowed. There's a tight cut around jeans trousers for men and women, not allowed to enter. Tight jeans trousers, men and women, not allowed to enter. You other women, when you don't wear jeans trousers, it should be free. You know the boyfriend jeans can be free, yeah, babe. But when holding you tight, it's showing all your shape and everything. The people say no. The men down there, they let woman business. So they didn't wear to go call the people hard down there. So you don't wear tight jeans trousers to go there. It's not allowed. They say bushy beard and bushy hairs for men. But you see how my beard looking? Hey, my own can enter. But yeah, Oliver Khan is not allowed to enter GSA films. You all know Oliver Khan, right? Some of you have seen his picture, right? Oliver Khan is not allowed to enter GSA. They say bushy beard, bushy hair. You guys are not allowed to enter GSA with bushy beard and bushy hair. So Oliver, like a bushy beard, you get they did a call for media executive meeting in GSA. It means you can't attend or you have to cut your beard because bushy beard can't enter. They say artificially groomed dreaded hairs by men. You say that you say you won't grow dread. You're not allowed to enter. All the musicians that are wearing dread and thing, you're not allowed to enter down there. That means that GSA, all your musicians are wearing your dread and thing, you're not allowed to enter. Okay? This is the new policy. I want to read some comments under this post. It's interesting. It's important to see how Liberians are reacting to this policy. Moba K. Yogba Jr., a government official, he said, this here not going umpa. I will stay outside and transact business because he got hair. He's growing hair, bushy hair. So he's not allowed to enter. Mikosa, Miki Sali say that when they call the hair bushy hair and beards will make them to stop. That when they call the hair bushy, that when they cut the bushy hair and beards will make them to stop stealing the poor people's money. And also Liberia and her less basic attitude. Safa Jala, he says madness. This should instead be a warning in general meeting, not internal memo. Mr. President, can I send these people to any of our public high schools to heed? I'm sure some of them are still thinking about the high school they were supervising. She said, funny. So GSA is now disciplining people? Come to Western Wall and see. You are violating people's rights. Western Wall believes in productivity, but come Liberia. Duke said, let them sew uniform. Let them sew uniform for everyone. Mama Bear first son pastor will say, well, this is serious nonsense. A man's outlook is not a determining factor to his performance. This is invasion of personal space. Same Diago Tokpa said that really high school, maybe they can just ask all men to have the same style or the same style of haircut in order to show the degree of professionalism they intend to have nonsense. HR turned Dean of Students, Ruben George. HR turned Dean of Students. Where is the law? Local level, be there fun. These guys are less busy. Emmanuel Talu completed astray. Last done. But you're just supposed to hire one tailor to sew working uniform and one barber to cut employees them hair since the high school. Ralph Turbert says, law of law. In my view, the GSA's ban on bushy hair and beards completely misses the point of what professionalism really means. A person's ability to deliver on the job has nothing to do with whether they wear a beard or keep their hair natural. Dijon Cooper says, my wife was a victim today and I had to confirm her to my institution standards. So no matter if she's an airline ticket agent in her institution, the law is the law. This is not law. So let's stop it right there with some of the comments. That's just it for the GSA thing. Let's move on to something else. We told you we have a lot to talk about in-house. So B Mountain has moved into Riverses. You know, B Mountain is exploiting our goal from Grand Cape Mount, right? That the government decides to remain useless and Talib taking no action. They have moved into Riverses County. And on today, a Liberian journalist wrote, Aaron Gize wrote, he said, B Mountain Money Global Money Logistics has crossed over to one bank of the Cestus River, the Yanin district, on the other side of Kplo. Their entry into Kplo, particularly Zialu clan, has been greeted by anger and dissatisfaction from citizens as they accuse the company of causing damages on their rice farms. The company is presently doing soil sampling across Zialutan, Kakukon, Jonathan, and Seitan. Three farms have been said to have been affected. As seen in the attached video, geologists of the company dug holes among rice in the farms just to collect their soil samples. More photos and videos are coming up soon and all of that. So River says people who don't know it's coming small with B Mountain. We thought to provide all of you that update and all of that. Let's move on to today. We want to hear some of these people beating on Baka. The very people who supported Joe Baka. It's good that we hear them beating on Baka himself. So today I sat down and said, I want to play at least Princess Alexa Vanya Cody, the pre-birthday woman. What you say? Welcome to the show. So we she said I should buy her shoes. Vanya Cody said I should buy her one shoes. I was scared. I said, your own shoe there, your own full wears can be 200, 300, 800, 550. Let me buy you shoe. If your shoe is 40 below, I can buy you shoe for your gift. She said, yeah, my shoe is 40 below. I said, let me see the shoe. She showed me the shoe. I saw the shoe. I said, okay, I believe it that it's 40. So I said, I will buy her. So Vanya said I should buy her shoe. To all of you, should I buy the shoe for a birthday or I should forget it for somebody to buy it? And so yes, so that's it. So let's move on to something else. Now we are about to open the telephone lines for all of you to talk about this rice issue, because we have a document. The Chinese, we have a document from the Chinese. We're able to obtain a document from the Chinese. The Chinese are sending rice to Liberia, free rice. We have all documents, including invoice and everything. We have the document right before us. The Chinese. They say, oh, we're sending you free rice. Liberia that all Joe Burger want, free things. So this is what this guy wrote, this Daniel Harris guy. Daniel Harris. Let's listen to him.
Somewhere along with you, when you count the volume of work they did, you're more than 75% to the leadership, to the that come to power. The only time they told somebody that the Union Party offered GMB 2017, it was to gain a party ticket. You talk about the hospitable attitude of JMB. You're saying he's that kind of person who is accessible and hospitable, and when you go around him, you like his affiliation. Are you honest about this statement? I'm very honest about it. I'm very the first time I met JMB, we talked more. That was 2017. The second time I met him again, last week campaign closing, that woman spoke to us. Brother, you hear that old man talking, that old man no labor to his finger, to that old man talk to you. When you are very angry, it's soft already. That's how JMB low. The man's voice is still in my ear ringing bell. I met JMB. To his house at that night, we were dropping at night, waiting for that jumping launching, still dropping materials. Going to Gafua to pick up material. Gafua knows that. Why would nothing for an Congress? Want to every environment or every young that can accommodate every young person. Okay, so you're watching a very wonderful interview. My name is Washington Prince Stafford Jr. and my colleague.
Okay, so you heard it from him. The man said JB is ungrateful. Okay, no problem. So you heard it from him. The man said JB is ungrateful. You heard it from Costa. He said JB is an ungrateful Solomon Swan. You heard it from Prince Johnson. He said JB blocked his number. He's ungrateful. He's wicked. After the election, he blocked his number and changed his number and refused to pick his score and all of that. You heard it from Samuel Johnson. He said Joe Barker and UP people, they are ungrateful. And now you're hearing it from their own United Party brother. That means Daniel Harris Jackson said they are ungrateful. UP folks. So today we received a video from the police, from the Ministry of Internal Affairs, where Unity Party talks. Yeah, young people are gone to the Ministry of Internal Affairs and vandalized the Ministry of Internal Affairs. They were protesting against the induction ceremony of the new deputy director general for administration at the national, the National Identification Registry. The president appointed somebody and the man said, no, you can't go there. So they went there, vandalized the place and all of that. And we were able to obtain the video and all of that. So that adds up to the young people to the anger that is in the country from the young people of the Unity Party. They are angry, and you can see that they are vandalizing government places and all of that. Updates on the Fatu Sheriff, welcome. Yes, the woman said the woman asked me for a gift. Poor Jasper, she asked me for a gift and she told me the gift that she wants. She said she wants shoe. So having someone, welcome. Thanks all of you for joining. Invite others to join the show tonight. So we told you that Amos Kofa, the famous Amos Kofa. Amos Kofa. Sister called me and told me that he was arrested at the boulevard en route to Morovia. That's what she said. Amos Kofa had been at the Liberia National Police headquarters since he returned to the country. And on today, he were able to speak with Amos Kofa. That I can confirm that I spoke with him today. I know you're wondering how come, man. So we spoke with Amos Kofa today, and Amos explained a lot of things to me. We spoke with him when he was being taken at the Morovia Central Prison. One is that the Judge Haru had instructed on yesterday that the police or the state should turn Amos Kofa over to his lawyers. The police or the government did not do so today. They did not turn Amos Kofa over to his lawyer. Instead, they delayed him up to 3:35, 3:45 around there, and up to 15 minutes to around 15 or 10, 15 minutes to 4 o'clock. And they escorted him on a huge security presence, along with one or two sheriffs. And he was escorted at the Monrovia Central Prison. When they got there, the police officers, along with the sheriff, demanded that Amos Kofa sign a document committing him to the Central Prison. And Amos Kofa insisted that he was not signing any document in the absence of his lawyer. And I was on the phone hearing the voices from the police officers and the sheriff. And he insisted that he was not signing any document at the Monrovia Central Prison in the absence of his lawyer. They were going back and forth, and he kept insisting that he would not sign any document in the absence of his lawyers. You see, I say this to you, and I repeat, because I have always said that Liberia will have an illiterate governance system. And the reason for that is that all of our officials, or most of our officials, especially the presidential appointees, are a group of illiterate people. To the extent that a court, the judge will order the man be turned over to his lawyers. And the police will take him and send him to court, to Monrovia Central Prison. And an inmate, not an inmate, but a suspect. You compel a suspect to sign a document when you all are aware, court sheriffs, police officers are aware that before a suspect signs any document, his lawyer is supposed to be there. Suppose the man cannot read and write, or he cannot read or write, and you ask him to sign a document that he has not even read, he's under tension, he's psychologically disturbed, and you ask him to sign a document when you know all of the lawyers representing the suspects in the arson case. How was that so difficult to call one or two of the lawyers? You know their offices. You drove the workings right office by 7:15 in the night to deliver evidence, and you couldn't take a telephone to call a lawyer to sign for the suspect, to sign for their client, and from the police headquarters straight to South Beach. Amen, Liberian officials. Our law enforcement officers. This one is politics too. When the judge has instructed you, order you to turn the client, to turn the suspect over to his lawyer, and you refuse to turn the suspect over to his lawyer, you process him and send him to South Beach without even going to the court to submit or file for a bond. You take him straight to South Beach without the knowledge of his lawyers. I'm telling you, Amos Kofa lawyers did not even know that he had been taken to South Beach. Because the procedure is from the police. After investigation, the person is charged and sent to court. In Amos Kofa's case, he's going on a no investigation because he has already been charged and indicted. So there's no need for police interrogation. All the police needed to do, turn him over to his lawyers or to the court. In this case, he should have been turned over to his lawyers because the judge, Roosevelt Willie, had already ordered the police to turn Amos Kofa over to his lawyers. And lawyers would have taken him to the court with his bond, or if there is no bond, then the court will have committed him to the Morelia Central Prison. And we ignore all of these things. Police officers who are supposed to be law enforcement officers, who are supposed to ensure that the laws are enforced, who are supposed to ensure that Liberians, citizens, they abide by our laws, are the ones consistently violating all of our legal procedures, all of our criminal procedures, all of our laws in this capital building arson case. The police. He said his phones were seized in Unit 105 office. And he called the officer who is having his phone. Let me get the officer name. One David something. I told you we're on top of the information, right? He said his phone was seized by the police. That's why you see why the lawyers should have gone there. Because the lawyers who signed for the man along with all of his particulars. You can illegally siege a suspect's phone. The man has been indicted. The police has nothing to do with his phones, with his gadgets. And you siege the man's phones. You commit him to the Morelia Central Prison and kept his phones at Unit 105 office. What do you want to do with his phone? The phone is not no longer for you. The phones are his private properties. He's entitled to them. When he cannot go with the phones, he turns the phones over to his lawyers. So the lawyer will go and sign for him with all of his particulars, all the items that you took for him upon his arrest. This thing is so easy and civilized. Why are we being so illiterate as government officials? So the police officer, he said in 105 office, his name is Peter Ogbe. Peter Ogbe. He said Peter Ogbe has my phone. And he was taking the South Beach. It was good that he refused to sign that document. Who knows what kind of document he was being told to sign? So those of you in the police who know Peter Ogbe, I'm not too sure I'm getting the pronunciation of the name corrected because I was on a call. So but the name is Peter Ogbe. That's how I heard it. I'm sure the pronunciation is sounding familiar with those of you who are in the police. But I'm told that Peter Ogbe is in 105 office. I think 105 is the assistant commissioner for operations. He's next to the 102. Or it should be the head of CRD. So that's it. That's the update on the case. And in addition, tomorrow the Judge Roosevelt Wade is expected to rule in the case tomorrow. And we are hoping that we're hoping for the best. Like I said to you, do not raise your hope. The judge is supposed to rule tomorrow. One of the evidence that the lawyers, the representative, Kofa and others argue were extracted illegally and outside legal practice. Whether the judge will rule to dismiss or trash those evidence. If the judge rule to trash or deny the evidence tomorrow, the case continues. If he rule against the motion to trash those evidence, then the defense lawyers will have an alternative to take an appeal to the Supreme Court. And if they take an appeal to the Supreme Court, that is going to take some time because the courts may be closing maybe in the next 3 or 4 weeks to resume for the I think October or something term of court or something like that. Okay, so the case might just linger in the Supreme Court until after their break. So that's it. That's the update. So we wait for the ruling tomorrow from Judge Roosevelt Wade. For me, my hopes are not high because I don't trust him anymore. He's one lawyer, one judge I really used to have huge confidence in. But I think he's politically compromised now, and he's allowing himself to be used by the executive mansion, and so we can't depend on him anymore. We can't invest our confidence in him. We can't vouch for him anymore. So let's wait and see tomorrow what's going to happen. Let's see what the ruling will be tomorrow. But for me, I can say to you that my hopes are low. I don't expect that Judge Woody will rule tomorrow in favor of the argument. The lawyers presented strong arguments. I can say that to you. To the extent that the state lawyers are lazy. They are lazy. But let's wait and see what Judge Roosevelt Wade ruling will be tomorrow. But don't expect anything positive like in favor of Dixon Sibo them. Yeah, the lawyer, I'm seeing what the judge is compromised. He's in the pocket of Joe Barker. He works for Joe Barker. Joe Barker is peeping on him. Joe Barker is peeping on Judge Roosevelt Wade. So he takes instructions from the executive mansion. So nothing serious you can get from all of him. Everything that is defense lawyer file, he will reject them. So that's it. Now, folks, like I announced to you today, is Wese Wasa. Thursday, I paid $10,000. Today, I want to pay 2 persons $10,000. And I hope 2 persons will be able to win my money tonight. Don't allow me carry my money back. I'm begging you tonight. You just need to spend $50 Liberian to play tonight. I want to pay 2 persons $10,000 each tonight. Wese Wasa. So I want to whistle and go home on the Wednesdays. This is night. So I'm begging y'all. I hold your 2 for you. I hold your 2 for you. Y'all please win my money. Y'all please win my money. I'm begging y'all. Y'all please win my money. So the Wese Wasa promo is on. Campaign is on. This is how you play. Before we run into our discussion about the House of Representatives audit process and the rest conversation. So just make sure you have $50 Liberian. Pay attention because I'm not going to spend more time talking about this. If you have $50 Liberian on your mobile money account, it means you are qualified to play our cash giveaway. Then you dial *255*1#. *255*1#. You send, and then 2 options will appear on your phone. Option number 1 will be asking you whether you want to play in Liberian dollars, and option number 2 will be asking you whether you want to play in US dollars. Whichever currency you select, you will send and enter your mobile money password. But the short code to play is you will dial *255*1#. That's the short code for Lone Star Sales subscribers. So yes, the game is on. You can start. Let's roll. 10,000 each person tonight, just for $50. That's all I can say to all of you playing tonight. Okay, so let's move on. Now, I want to talk to the director of press for public affairs, but let me take this rice issue first. Or let's blend the two conversation. Let me talk to Robert Haynes first. As you guys play the game, the radio game, trust me, we'll pay at least 2 persons tonight, $10,000 each. Just for $50, you might win $10,000 tonight just for spending $50. So the game is on. Let's go as we're talking. Robert Haynes, where are you? Let me call Robert Haynes again. I didn't BRT Robert Haynes. Yes, him. The Congo basketball from Grand Bassa County. Let's see what we'll get him tonight to talk to us. Okay, so okay, we can talk to we can talk to him. 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 We can do that. We can. Something is happening. I have to get up to something important, folks. Please bear with me. Let me take this break. I have to get out to something very important. Let's take this song "Indecision" by J Bobo. We'll come back. Don't go. We have enough information for you. Let's hear J. Let's take this break.
Cap with a J, no side G. International, baby. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so they say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so People 7 not taking pay. They stepping your house every day. We not talk every day, but stay. You want to killing us every day. Like who come and save us now? Like who come and save us now? Corruption killing us every day. Making everybody face the front. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so they say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so plenty people they poverty, they taking 45. Go say stand, don't lose the place. So corruption, hunger killing us. Hunger killing us. Hunger killing us. Hunger killing us. They say the devil was sharp, it's an idle man. An idle man is a hungry man. A hungry man is
Okay, thank you. So, Robert is not in Liberia. I think he's be somewhere in East Africa around. I think he's in Rwanda or stuff. So, yeah, they're having some issue around there. So we can't talk to Robert. But yeah, I said, folks, yesterday, President Bwaka, right? Yeah, President Bwaka issued an executive order. And that executive order is sought to reduce the price of rice on the Liberian market. And we saw the UP folks running all around the Kodehe Chiki, celebrating the reduction in the price of rice on the market. On today, the Minister of Commerce issued a statement. The Minister of Commerce issued a statement today that they were going to begin enforcement today to ensure that everybody sells rice below $14. And she said, well, following President Bwaka's directive to reduce the prices of rice and other essential commodities, I am leading a nationwide inspection starting today to ensure that these new prices are properly implemented. Our goal is simple: to protect consumers from unfair pricing and make basic goods affordable for every household. We will be visiting markets, shops, and suppliers across the country. Anyone found overcharging will face serious consequences. Together, we can create a fair and transparent market that works for all Liberians. I ask for your support and cooperation during this important process. Thank you for trusting us to serve you. Is this process important? How is it important? Did you buy rice today for $14? Where do you live? Did you buy rice today for $14? We need to hear from you, because the president issued the order day before yesterday, and the commerce minister today posted that she was beginning a nationwide inspection today or enforcement to ensure that the executive order is enforced, that you will be able to buy, will be allowed to buy a 25 kg rice, a 25 kg bag of rice for $14. Did you buy rice for $14 today? That's the question I'm asking you. Let's ask you. I mean, I'm asking you. So let's open the line and talk. Did you buy rice today? The government is introducing a lot of reckless and irresponsible policy in the country. Policies that cannot be implemented. You take your money and import your rice. You bring your rice after selling 1 month or 2 months. Government comes out and announces that you don't sell for $16 or $15.50. Sell at $14. As if to say that their grandma or grandpa went and gave you money to buy a rice in China or buy a rice in India to come to Liberia and sell it. Or you harvested the rice from their family farm in Wasonga to sell to Liberians. They woke up the other day, today again, and issue another crazy policy at the GSA. Say people wearing beer should not be allowed. Boucher beer should not be allowed to enter their fence. When you have playful and childish people in government who do not have fresh ideas, you take group of old people who are supposed to be retired and send them to GSA to go and manage that place. So illiterate people, they say beer is indecent. Boucher beer that crime. Don't enter GSA when you get boucher beer. When you are hungry, you take your wife to go eat, and she's working at a hotel or on at an airline or what have you. They say she shouldn't enter because her skirt is below her knee. That's what they're saying to you. And I'm hearing that the Minister of Information has trashed it. I'm hearing that the Minister of Information has said if the policy is true, then we should disregard that policy. He has agreed with us that we should disregard that policy. We should trash that policy. Because just because of that, I'm going to GSA tomorrow to eat for lunch. And I'm taking people there. So many I carry with me. So many here will be Brady. So many here will be Boucher. So many will be Boucher beer. I carry all of them for lunch tomorrow to GSA. Let's see whether GSA people will stop them from entering. What kind of nonsense is that? I mean, the stupidity has entered the heads of these UP people, like to the extent that they don't even know what to do anymore. They don't even know what to do anymore. You wake up one morning and just jump on and say, nobody should carry a Boucher beer. It means the state mayor of Monrovia, John Safa, cannot go to GSA. He can't enter GSA fence. That's what they say. Ibrahim here, the Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, he can't enter GSA fence because he heard Boucher. That's exactly what they're saying. They are telling us that my man, Assistant Minister at the Ministry of Mines and Energy, cannot enter GSA fence because he heard Boucher. When you get Boucher here, don't enter GSA. When you get Boucher beer, don't enter GSA. What kind of crap is that? We need people with fresh minds. People who have fresh ideas. Literate people. We're talking good governance. We're talking people's capacity to comprehend and implement. People who have the capacity, who have the capacity to innovate, change in public service. And you take old folks, people from Lofa, set them down there and telling you, well, talking about Boucher beer that GSA public school, and you're telling people what kind of beard to wear, they should cut their hair. What kind of rudeness is that? People should cut their hair before going to a government office. You see that the problem of drinking juice. That's the problem about drinking king juice. When you're in your 50s and you still won't be drinking king juice, that's what can happen. You take Galagba Kotiman, who already finished passing 60, they still drinking king juice excessively. You put them over GSA to manage a government office. What do you get from them? The people old, their brains are old, and they are still drinking king juice. So what do you expect? You expect that they will make sound decision, that they will innovate change at GSA, that they will that they will develop realistic policies and programs that will innovate change at GSA? No. The government may hardly even go to work and sit down in your office. No fresh ideas. Talking about nobody should wear bushy beard, bushy hair. Imagine people, they have parents cutting their hair today. Yes, GSA employees rushing out of the building to cut their hair and trim their beard or cut their beards. Some of the guys who rush to cut their beards, now they are extremely disappointed. The independence of the man. I'm working at an entity, and one managing director or director general just wakes up in the morning and say, "Oh, if you know you here and you are keeping beards, you should cut the beards, or you are keeping bushy hair, you should cut the bushy hair." Are you supposed to tell me what kind of hair I keep? Is my hair impeding the smooth operations of GSA? These are policies that say to you, these guys are not serious. Imagine the country is broke and struggling to raise resources and struggling to at least fix some things, and the folks at GSA are talking about bushy hair and bushy beard. You reduce governance into inspecting bushy hair and bushy beard. Let's face it. We're talking governance. Countries are building overhead passes. Countries are having conversation about expanding their already stable electricity and making them cheaper and affordable. Countries are having conversation of expanding their transport system, enhancing growth in the public transport system. Countries are having conversation about improving and upgrading the public fleet management policy. That's what GSA should be having conversation about upgrading of fleet management policy. She's here talking about bushy hair and bushy beards. Go look at GSA fleet management policy. It's archaic. It's prehistoric. Old age. Outdated. And they are not even sitting to have a conversation about how they can upgrade or update their fleet management policy to meet, general global standard. They are still struggling to manage just public vehicles, public assets. They should be having a conversation how they can track and they can develop a software that will track and keep record of all government public buildings, vehicles, state assets. And they're talking about bushy beard, and bushy hair. Imagine sitting here with your pa having, you see, your pa is Director General at GSA, and he's talking about the first major policy that he had issued at GSA after 1 year, 9 months, that bushy bear and bushy hair. What did GSA get to do with beard and hair? What does GSA have to do with bear, bushy bears, bushy hair? They kind of tell you where to go to work. That one girl go dress naked and go to and goes, and that one girl say and go to work and see what I'm sitting behind my computer. I will not it will distract me. I will not do my work. Yes, the society has standards. People are not supposed to be naked. But somebody wear a skirt below their knees. How does that concern you? Somebody wears a coat suit with their backings on it, that skirt below their knee. How does that concern you? How does that concern you when somebody wear that jean trouser and their trouser holding them tight? Somebody wants to wear slim fit trouser. You say no, don't wear slim fit trouser. Wear big trouser. When a whole Galaba Kotiman experiencing fast erection in GSA. Go also you is that they can be cutting the man how they make it sit down in your office. When you go outside in the cafeteria, you pass around a B. So is that a man? Is a Galaba sitting there? He said, no, I'm experiencing erection, fast erection here. So that these guys gotta stop wearing the kind of sleeveless thing that will show on the side of their breast, and that will show between their breast and their chest, and maybe that will show their hips and all of that. So let's stop it. So Kotiman erecting, the people are erecting Kotiman and all. But you tell Kotiman, if the children wear or the women wear short skirt or dresses or tight trousers that cut in your hair, if you get bathroom, they get home and say inside J. No woman there. Use your soap. Use your soap, bathing soap. You should play that song tomorrow. Where you from GSA? You tell Kotiman to use a soap and leave the people alone. Nobody is responsible for his medical deficiency. You're telling him to use soap. When he had caught, let him go in the bathroom. He's the head of the entity. When he had caught, let him go in the bathroom. Well, no bathing soap. Then let him make sense for tar soap. Use tar soap and stop wasting our time. Joseph Braga is sick right now as we speak. He's sick. The executive mansion is confused. And you here talking about somebody wearing bushy hair and bushy beard. Your friend sick. Is struggling to even comprehend. And you here talking about bushy beard and bushy hair. The executive mansion is upside down. He's sick. Do you want to tell you? I will tell you. Joseph Braga sick. And they don't want you to know that he's sick. So they hardly eat. For the last 2 weeks, every day, all of that, Joseph Braga has 5 doctors here, foreign doctors in this country. They travel with him everywhere he goes. For the last 2 weeks, he's been going on different intense examination. They're struggling to restore his memory. They are struggling to restore his memory. And Galaba Kotiman down there, sitting down there and talking about people wearing short skirt and short dress and tight trouser and all of that. My man, you tell Papi, you tell Kotiman when he be kick, let him use a soap and leave the people alone. There are serious people in GSC there to go down there to work, to do serious work. If you cannot lead a charge to develop decent policies that will innovate change at GSA, and you focusing on the what kind of trouser get the women and wear, that's not me being that I'm talking about. That's not me being. That mean get down with men being. the women in GSA can call the paper. When they go in the office, they call it high. You see some of the trousers they can wear. You know, they get the coat suits. Some of them are trousers. They enter the paper office. Paper can get distracted. Paper, I mean, go to the cafeteria and go sit down there and eat today. Enter. You know, somebody AMU get it, UB get it. Somebody can go down there to eat. Stella Marie's, you know. And then the elevator right there. Some of the people can go there for lunch too. And then public works as well. They can go there to eat. And this time, you know, put a corporate wear together. So when Cuttyman enter now, he say, "Hey, babe, kakia can shoot in the air." Florence, how are you? The babe kakia can shoot. He said, "No, you know what I mean? It's I won't see no woman wearing tight trousers in the yard. I won't see nobody wearing short skirt below their knees in the yard. I won't see nobody come here with sleeveless thing." And those now somebody who they university training and wear no brass here. They can't be shooting. Cut it with the my people happen. We just strong. But the paper, he won't play strong. He bring the thing, carry into policy. You won't make it. The paper. He get bare. He said, "Don't wear short skirt." What is short skirt got to do with GSA work? Cottyman got to know people wearing short skirt. It means he's been observing short skirt. He hasn't been focused on the work at GSA. He has been focused on short skirt. Because if Cottyman was not focusing on short skirt and sleeveless blouses and how you call it, slim fit trousers, he wouldn't be issuing a policy. But the people who he on woman bene, Jew bene, that's why he on. He that woman bene. That paper that I been looking for ever since he was superintendent or loafer. He used to let a woman bene. I ain't looking. He let Jew bene, so he go to the people place now. He had cut him all day. He's not focused on doing the people work. He's not focused. Issuing public policy. Issuing memorandum, say people for outsiders and insiders should not wear short skirt, short dress, tight trousers. Women should not wear tight trousers. He said it there. All your soul feeling about it, baby. But that policy not working. That policy ain't working. You tell the paper to go. The policy ain't working. Duke. Jackson, Lama, you tell the paper, yeah, you tell the paper that policy will not wear. The women will wear that tight trousers, that short skirt, go down there to eat, to have lunch, and go to work. Once they are effective on their jobs, once they are doing their jobs, once they know their jobs and they are doing their jobs, and they are operating within the confines of our laws, they will do their jobs. You be sitting there buying your soap and be doing GIJ, yeah? You're eating with your eye. You eat it with your eye, baby. Well, nothing happening. Rice consumers, let's talk rice. How much did you buy your rice today? How much did you buy rice today? Tell us. Now, yesterday I placed a call to, I think about 6 or 7 lawmakers, all representatives. And I called them to follow up on why, I told them why I was calling. And I said to them, I'm calling to follow up on the audit that was started by Funanti and discontinued in the middle of it because of the crisis. And there were allegations that Funanti was undermining the audit and that he was not complying with the GSC people. Whenever they go there, officers will be lying and all of that. He was refusing to give them office in the Capitol building to conduct their audit. So I said, it's been since December. The audit started in October last year. And then the crisis started in November last year. We've gone 9 months plus. Yeah, 9 months. Because the second year. So we've got 8 months plus 3 days. We can't hear anything about audit. Even the majority bloc was seated. We didn't hear anything about audit. The majority bloc is now the legitimate leadership in the House. We have not heard anything about audit. But they accuse Fonanti of undermining the audit in the House. They said GAC folks were being chased out of the Capitol building. Samuel Koga with electric more. They were the ones running around saying, oh, Fonanti is chasing GAC auditors. And the GAC folks were sitting there and saying nothing. The question is, where is the audit? That's the question. Y'all ask them, where is the audit? Are they auditing the House of Representatives as we speak? Are they auditing the House of Representatives as we speak? No, they have rejected every meeting with the GSC. They are suspending every meeting. They keep postponing meeting requests from the GSC on the possibility of continuing. Unquote, are you seeing the GSC own terms? On the possibility of continuing the audit. On the possibility of continuing the audit. So the folks are saying, Richard Kuhn, we are requesting audience of you to have a conversation on the possibility of continuing the audit, of resuming the audit. Richard Kuhn has not gotten back in the leadership. They have not gotten back to GSC. We need a national uprising to compel the legislators to allow the GSC in that building to audit that dirty, corrupt place. Let me repeat. We need a national uprising, a popular uprising that will go to Capitol building, escort the GSC in that building, in that dirty building, to audit that place. To audit that place. Last week, Friday, I received an invitation from the legislative reporters to go down there and to preside over the debates, because they were having elections for to elect new corps of officers. And as a former legislative reporter, they invited me to go there and moderate the debate along with one of my colleagues, Matthias Labendi. The only change I saw in the building, even the cafeterias we used to be, the same way the cafeteria was looking when I was there about, because I left from that place in 2017, 2018, because it was after the election. I left from that place in 2018. Yes. And I went back to that cafeteria, the same way I saw the building. The only change I saw there, there's a girl who I used to work together at Voice FM. They call Salome. Salome has a nice place there set up. And I was like, wow, I didn't even know that this place was here. And when I said, you got a place? I said, yeah, my blah. So she running the place. The place is nice, decent, very nice, decent place. That's the only change, the only upgrade I saw in that building. To even renovate the building is a problem. So if Solomon, an individual, could upgrade the ballroom or one of the cafeteria or one of the curtains at the Capitol building at that level with decent bathroom, what about the house, the whole leadership of the house? Just a businesswoman renovated one of the cafeterias and running that place. Enter the bathrooms. There are multiple pots. Clean, decent. The scenery. So enticing. One human being, small girl, Sorry, I call you small girl. What small girl? Go down there. But comparing your status to those lawmakers, you small girl. Go to that place and upgraded that place. I sat to the place. I did not even want to leave. The place was so comfortable. After the debate, I decided to catch a cold drink. And I sat at the place. I didn't want to leave. The house is still struggling to modernize the chamber, to digitize it. All the money they steal, all and put it in their pockets, and sponsor girlfriends in their concubines, and refuse to subject themselves to audit. And the jumbo and put them, tomorrow say, oh, the CEC government corrupt, oh, Fernandi was corrupt, oh, Fernandi did not want to do this. Can all of us come together and compel the leadership of Rachel Kuhn to conduct an audit of the house? Can we do that? This is not a UPT or a CDCT. This is a national call. This is a national endeavor to ensure that those buggers sitting in that place, stealing and corrupting the system, undermining and fingering our budget, digging inside our budget every day. They fingering and digging in our budget every day. We need to go in that place and audit the house to have the account. Father 10 left a finger with a BB, a big finger in in our budget. Jeremiah go on the other side, or Pimbo on the other side, did that finger then in our budget. So whole day they won't recast, it's just juking their fingers in our budget. Whole day. They will start out whole day they won't recast. Comparing the executive to recast. They will get, or they will juke in the budget, take what they want to take. When it comes to the executive starts struggling to implement projects because she herself is useless and corrupt too. So they all conspire, and then they start running behind the folks again. But you bring the budget back. Let's recast. You bring it back. Let's recast. This is a complete joke. And I'll conclude by telling you, if you are a Liberian in Liberia or outside Liberia and thinking that any good thing is going to come out of this government, you're wasting your time. The Zogos in the street are better than the government officials we have in power. Our officials are worse than the Zogos we see in the street, roaming the streets. The difference between those Zogos and these people is that they are wearing clean clothes in government, and those folks are wearing dirty clothes. But you have a group of Zogos, elected people in government, and they say they're government officials. Like I said, we want to give two persons tonight. We want to give two persons tonight $10,000 each. So it's around it's just around 28 minutes up to 10 o'clock. So we want to talk to these people for the rest issue. Let's take calls on the rest issue, and then we can be doing the jobs for the 25 for the 10,000 each, two persons. So let's refresh the board and see how much transactions here to do the first job. Keep playing the cash giveaway. You have 20 minutes plus to play. We're giving 10,000 to each player tonight, as announced. So the short code is *255 *1 hash. *255 *1 hash. That's the short code you pay to enter. You enter to play, sorry. So *255 *1 hash is the short code. Just that 2 options will appear on your phone. Option number 1 will be asking you whether you want to play in US dollars, and option number 2 will be asking you whether you want to play in Liberian dollars. Whichever option you see there, you send and you enter your mobile money password, and it's a bingo for you. So let's move on to Wese Wasa. We're Wese Wasa in it today. So that's Wese Wasa. Let's Wese Wasa. Let's see the entry. The entry is encouraging. So yes. So let's take call 0776 104 104 0886 500 104 are the numbers to call tonight. Yes, we're talking about the capital building people. They're refusing to allow them being audited, and we need a national uprising to compel them to allow the GSC into that place, to all that nasty and dirty and filthy place, extremely corrupt place. And then we also want to hear from you about the rice situation in the country. Do you believe that the rice prices or the price of rice and other basic commodities have dropped as announced by Baga, or is another 4-1 now? Let's hear you. Go ahead. Hello. Your monitor. You have to adjust your monitor and call back. Hello, let's hear you. What is the name?
My name is Francis Kamara. I joined you from Port River yesterday.
Francis, did you buy rice today, or did you see a price of rice today?
My God, brothers, this government, we consider them to be as black government. Everything they're talking about, it is just for somebody glory they are passing around with it. That's the way the pastor will align in the country here. They say, John Weah will not do the better thing. The thing that John Weah will do, that the one that they're passing around pushing with. So just the way you said, these people, the so-called in the street, they are better than them. 100% agree with you. Nothing good will come out of there. Anything that in their interest that they want to refer on. Even if they see that you're right, they will take it from you. That's the only thing that I see in this government. Their government, they even make 100 years in power. They will not do nothing that the people will see different. Everything that the city will be saying. So I don't want for all to even be helping our head. Just the way you analyze it and listen to you clearly. Yeah, with all the things that you analyze, just why do you people who are passing around from the tree lying to the people that they can do this, they can do that. In fact, they have become the back of whatever. They have traveled more than any other government, that it can't be anything, that it can't be no investment. Nothing cool can come out of them. When they go, they come back. Will lie. The number of people that they say Jawea was traveling with, they're traveling with the number of that people more than we are. So I don't know. Where are we singing to?
Thank you. Masisi, go ahead. Ambassador Sisi, let's hear you.
Thank you. Okay, how you doing, my son?
I'm okay.
Okay. Let me say this to the Liberia people. I'll tell you, asking about food. Paul, they say I'm for rest.
You still selling the food?
No, say we got him bomb. I'm not getting bread now. No buy you. I'm so fast buy food. So I said I won't.
So did you buy rice today?
I can buy rest to save my cup.
Okay. So you best to stick to this.
Rest is 3,000.
3,000, that's $15.
$50. But also, can you imagine the person that put it on? If they put it on, a wholesale is $14, right? You buy for the $14, you put it in your shop, you say it's $14. Then what you selling for? You put it in the car and bring it for $50 for there. Then you put it in your shop. You say it's $14 US. So what you selling for now? Let's say, somebody selling for in the studio to work at for place to play by selling money that friend, they should be arrested. It makes no sense. No, let's gas off for government in this country. No one put our money in this country here. All of Boca government. Let me tell you. Nobody put our money to invest in this country. All of Boca leadership. They will not happy. You move it off speaker. You spend a lot of money. Let's put that to them. No stopping, no children in classes. It's not easy at all. Even the commercial enter the government still pay our money. So we will pay it.
So rice is $3,000 or $3,050 in some places.
Yes, in Clarota. Then the license record that to 2,000. I'm not lying there so. That's why you say you're putting our US for there. You lie to people.
Thank you.
It can't happen.
Thank you. Let's say the next person. Hello, let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Damo King calling from Lokitan.
Damo, how much for a bag of rice, 25 kg in Lokitan?
3,000. Just want to make for improving.
3,000, so that's $15 US.
Yeah, $15 US.
Okay, thank you. Let's hear somebody else. We want to hear from the consumers of the rice because they go to buy the rice. Good evening to you. Let's hear you.
Good evening, Austin Kawa. Good evening to the people of Liberia.
What is the name?
My name is Josh. You know, and I call
Klati. Did you buy rice today, or how much is a bag of rice, 25 kg, being sold in Clarota?
Yeah, because I said in one of the first I start Clawata because I always buying my wife Clawata. You got my dad always around there so that you can carry over. I go right money. But it was a fun. I had with the right seller argument. I'm over the right. He said $3,100. I don't know, but I thought I 2 inch. I thought the rest are 2 inch. What tell you about that 2 inch? The same president said the God first come down to $14 and the $14 I think it should be 2 inch that. He said, but go tell the president to bring a red eye. He said it 2 inch. And that's what I started. I left. Yeah, I'm happy.
The message you could tell the president to bring a red.
Now we are losing for nowhere.
Thank you. Baga, you're looking for your own coffee. Hello, let's hear you.
Hello, okay.
What is your name? Where are you joining us from?
I'm Dr. calling from the township of West Point.
West Point. How much for a bag of 25 kg rice in West Point?
I don't buy rice, but my friend who bought rice from the shop yesterday. They really bought from the shop yesterday. He bought it for $3,100.
3,100. That's $15. 50 cents.
50 cents, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some people telling you like 3,000, 150, 3,200. I just second is
Okay. That's it. Yeah, you allow me. I will not disappoint. You want me to disappoint my fans tonight, but anyway, we'll talk something here. Got the messages I'm receiving for the executive marshal Benazir Mamosefu. Hello, let's hear you. Good evening to you. You're live. What's your name? Where are you joining us from tonight? Is how much for a bag of 25 kg rice in Chikisu factory?
It's for 3,000.
3,000. That's exact $15. Or even the rate has dropped down to 198. So maybe so that's more than $15.
Yeah, but after this year, if you go in Banner wholesale for $14, you have to transfer the transportation, like say from Falcon to area or causing or something there. And the reason why it is so for like 3,000 is that because the stock period they are setting sometimes when you buy like maybe 50 bags, they will give you 2 bags only. So that's the only reason why you see the price is being sold at that point. If we're taking it as in sell $14, but now the rest are paying 3,200, 3,300. But it is only because of that.
The additional 2 bags.
The additional 2 bags, I like to see to go track the price.
Okay, so the 2 bags can cover all for the transportation.
Very good. That is the issue inside my standard. All after release, I tell them this show, but nothing going on. I tell this show, the book making.
Nothing going on. Just be sure. Let's hear somebody else. Good evening to you. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
You're live. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm calling from Broadview.
From Broadview, man, Broadview. How much did you buy a bag of rice today?
$3,050.
$3,050. Which part of Broadview? Iron Gate. Okay, yeah, that's my own. Anyway,
yeah, the president needs to be careful sometimes when he's making a statement. You can't expect people to buy rice for like $14, and then you expect them to sell it at that same price. Taking into consideration they have to pay transportation and other fees.
Yeah.
They store they are in some of them.
Somebody even paying storage.
Yeah. So some of them are renting the store. And you don't expect them to pay huge amount of money for store and transportation. Somebody is eating alone. They have to add extra money to their money buy so that they will keep something for themselves. Because based on factor fee, I think that is not business. So the president needs to be careful at times in making decisions. Other than that, one of the decisions will fall short on him. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This policy is a junta-related policy. Is an offspring of a junta president called Joe Braga. It's not going to go anywhere. Let's hear you. Good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Kawa.
How are you? Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Ekwebo Controversies community. You know, our president was outside and he was real president. Today, about real 15.5. If you calculate at 2,100 in my community.
Yeah, 3,100.
Yeah, I have this today. So I listen to his speech for 17.75 cents to $40, and the flour for $39 to $35. But we still buying red higher price. Also, so we're not government real. You always start talking about pushing beer. So if about pushing beer.
Yeah, the General Services Agency, the GSA, said nobody should enter their fence and no employee should go there with bushy hair, bushy beard, a short skirt, a short trouser, and tight trouser for the women. You got cutting the bossman hat too much.
No problem. That to do that school.
Thank you. Let's talk to more people. We want to take more calls tonight on the show. Joe Braga and his government. Good evening to you. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good evening, Austin.
Good evening to you, ma'am. How are you?
My name is Mark Bishop calling from Tanabe, Quebec. Yeah, Tanabe Peretan. Yeah.
Peretan, right?
My first time calling on the show.
Okay, let's hear you. How much did you buy bag of rice today?
Tanabe and between Tanabe and Johnson.
Yeah, I know the run.
3,250.
3,250.
Yes.
Wow, that's
250.
That's expensive. That's 15, 16. $16.50.
Because you gotta transfer it from where you buy it from. They put there. If you buy the rest from Fasa, they give you all for the people get. If you buy it in a 25 bag, they give you 2 bags for your transportation.
Okay.
So the transportation now, that is why they drop the rest to 2,250. Yeah, who is coming is bringing it in the community for me. I said it in the community. I can bring it in the community. I have my transportation.
So 1 minute, you say you're buying it 2,000. How much?
It's 3,250.
I mean the buying price. I'm not talking about the selling price. So you buy it when you go to the rest store, the rest supplier. How much do you pay for it?
I buy it from the rest. I buy it and then just to pay driver's market.
Oh, okay.
I buy it $15.75.
Okay.
Then if I begin the community now, the people that can begin the community, they sell it 3,000. Yeah, 250. Some people sell it 3,350.
Wow. So it means it's expensive in your area.
They have it in your area. Johnson is the market. We come east out to 3-year college week.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, man. Okay, thank you. So, but when so the UP men scared to call to defend their own policy. Oh, the UP men scared to call and defend their own policy. The men said nobody is stupid here. We UP people, we are protesting already for jobs. The youths are protesting for jobs. The alliance political parties are also protesting for jobs and calling Baka and UP ungrateful Sanaman Swan. Then who come and go defend their policies? Those who are ministers and deputy ministers and assistant ministers, let them defend the policies and leave us alone. That's what the folks are saying in the UP. They are not defending any policies of the government. And they are clear. They say those who are appointed, those who have the government jobs, making their earning their fat salaries, should be the ones defending. But guess what? They do not have the moral voice to defend their policies. Because if the UP men calls here just now, everything is going to be right. Everything is sweet. Everything fine. And Liberians are suffering. So they will not listen to those who are employed in the government because they're only defending their jobs. Those who do not have jobs say, okay, you join us and you go defend your own self policy. You see the disaster that UP found itself in? The Baba boy, sick. That's the Baba that the Papa is sick. He's not really season in, right? Okay. I want to tell you, here you go. Let's hear you. Good evening to you. Go ahead, please. Broville, you say Ricks?
I'm calling from Broville, Rainbow Community.
Oh. Please go ahead from Rainbow Community.
Yeah. Oh, my brother. You know, this government we know them to be a veteran government. You know what I mean? This government, it tends to laugh at the principle they and then it's not a laugh. It's a laugh on the top of the table. So the principle will always know what they are planting. Don't say what they can't raise again to the point that you're taking the rest at the phone, you're putting on market, people for $14. And after the rest, you think the best people will be that you will be so stupid to work the rest of that price. After that rest, so the government ready to come to always laugh at the principle and the line made the Bible get up there will be not to be better up there the company. That's all I have to say.
Thank you very much. We can take we can take more calls. We can take more calls. Right time to take more calls to go before we leave from here. I want to read excerpt from this document from the Chinese government. The Chinese have actually given donated rights to the Liberian government. This is the attachment from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs addressed to Ibrahim Yang, who is the contact person for the government. Let's take two more calls and come to this document. Hello.
Good evening, Sergeant Austin Kawa.
Good evening to you. Let's hear you. Where do you call from?
PSI, Nigeria from Soul Clinic District 4.
Soul Clinic. How much is a bag of 25 kg rice in Soul Clinic community?
It ranges around $3,000 to $3,050.
So is that right? So yeah, go ahead. I'm sure.
But that's not an issue. That's not my issue.
Go ahead with your issue.
My issue is we are out of alternate food aid to Liberia. And we're getting in the place. And we're getting 50 kg, 14,000. And we're not here on responsible government to come clear to tell the Liberian people what is it for that particular 1450 kg, 1,000 days or less of a year. But in the past two Spanish, and today we got people who claim who Spanish seated in the legislature, and then things that will come when the people will not hear about it. You'll be someone on the carpet, and then it just goes well. But there will come a time for payment. The time to pay, the time to be here accountable is coming. So, Mr. Walker, I am saying when I bring response down, Commerce, Ministry, as you bring the response down, be preparing your document to defend the Chinese arrest. We know about it. Don't be too smart. Your lie degree your God. We know the people know to detail your lie this time around. You lie during the campaign, commandants will not lie. We know about the Chinese arrest. So as you bring the response down, preparing to defend the Chinese aid that is coming. How long it will come, how much it will be preparing. Thank you, my brother, for allowing me to hear us.
Thank you very much. So, talking about this Chinese aid, this is the disinfection certificate and fumigation disinfection certificate. I'm not too sure this is so important to the conversation. Same time is not in our favor, but the invoice is here for this Chinese aid rest is right before me. Let me zoom in and see. The consignee. The consignee of the on this document is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Liberia. Address Capitol Hill, Tottenham Boulevard, Yakistan, Monrovia, Moswell County, Liberia. Contact person Ibrahim Abakari. He's the Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs. Telephone number, everything here. Email, everything here. IN at mofa.gov.lir from Shanghai, China to Monrovia. What document from Shanghai, China to Monrovia? Yeah, this is the invoice. Chinese 50 kg rice. Not even 25 kg. You see the mark, the description, net weight, unit price, and the amount in US dollars. So you see the mark is the Chinese aid for shared future. China aid for shared future. CHINA. China. AID. Aid. FOR 4. SHARED. Shared future. FUTURE. That's the mark of the rest. That A on the rest. On the record, you see that A marking on the rest. That A that the mark on the rest. China aid for shared future. Chinese rice. 50 kg bag. Those of you watching, let me zoom in so you see how the bag, how the rest looking. You see? How they design on the rest bag. This is the invoice I'm showing you. This is the invoice. That the mark here will be on the rest bag. Those of you watching, this is the mark that will be on the rest bag. There go to the other, that's the mark. Description. Let me zoom in. You see the description here? Oh man, those of you watching, they came already. Let me clean something. I need you to see this thing for those of you watching. Okay, so you see Chinese rice description. My camera gone different place. You see Chinese rice? That's a description. And let's go to the net weight. The net weight of the rice is here 720 metric ton. 720 metric tons of rice. The unit price. You all see the unit price here? What you see here? $1,190 48 Sorry, $1,190 48. And then it's in the Chinese money to Monrovia, Liberia. Amount. Here's the amount. I'm watching from here. I'm not seeing. I don't know what else yours. It's not clear from my end, but I hope it's clear from your end. Those of you watching, but from my end, it's not clear at all. I try to zoom. Let me see. Okay, $857,142.86. Amount. 800,000 US dollars. 857,000 US dollars. That's almost $1 million US dollars worth of rice the Chinese are sending to Liberia. Free of charge. This is the invoice. This is the packing weight list. Date September 23rd, 2025. The packing weight list is dated September 23rd, 2025. September. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I just meant July. That's July 23rd, 2025. Sorry. So you see it? You see the date? When the packing, this is the packing list. They tell the people pack the rest to start shipping. That was the 23rd of July, 2025. You see? Description: Chinese rice quantity 14,400 bags. 14,400 bags of rice coming to Liberia, 720 metric tons. Gross weight, 721.872 metric tons. That's what coming to your country. Free rice coming. The government of Liberia refused to announce it to you. Why? We don't know. We don't know yet. But trust us, in the space of 24 hours, the next 24 hours, we get to know what the government is delaying to announce. But the thing, we've already booked the news. It's already in the public, so now they will be compelled to come public with it. But this is it. That's the government we have, the responsible government. This is the responsible government. Somebody can give you free food for your citizens, then you hardly eat from them. You want to know that the Chinese gave the government free food for you. The Chinese government gave us free food. 14,000 people coming to the rain, get on a farm. Come and get on a farm. Look, gentlemen, this Joseph Burger has made new appointments in government. Guess who Burger has appointed, folks? Yo, guess who Joe Burger just appointed? Joseph Burger just appointed. Jenna, he just appointed. Yo, guess who Burger has appointed? Joe Burger has just made an appointment in government, series of appointments in government. I think about 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Joe Burger has just made 5 appointments in government. Y'all guess whose name is on the list? No Douglas. You missed the answer. Joe Burger just made an appointment. Do you all remember the Capital Benin Aso case when the Supreme Court ruled and they declared the action by the majority, so-called majority bloc as ultra virus? And the president of the Bar Association came public to disagree with the ruling from the Supreme Court after the Supreme Court issue the last ruling, declaring all actions that were done by the legislature, blah, 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 and that Fonanti remains the legitimate speaker. And the president of the Bar Association issued a statement disagreeing with the decision or the opinion of the Supreme Court. Do you remember? Dorothy Desert, you welcome for long. It's been a while. Do you remember that the president of the Bar Association issued a disagreement to the Supreme Court ruling? Joe Burger. And we said to you that that guy was a unity policy, and they denied that he was the man of unity policy again. He then did, and we pull out his Unity Party t-shirt, the UP t-shirt during the campaign in Babolo, that he contested on the Unity Party ticket. And we told you that he was a Unity Party serving as president of the Bar Association. So his statement against the Supreme Court Bar was a politically induced opinion or press statement. We told you that he even received $30,000 from the government to issue that statement. And my young lawyer friends were angry, sending me texts, beating on me. How we are unethical. We are joined the list. You see, look, at the end of Joseph Brown, at the end of the election, I told you that you can organize a national honoring program for us here at Freedom, because nothing we told you Nothing we told you before that you are not experiencing. Nothing we said to you that you are not experiencing. We have not said anything on this radio that has not come to pass. We have not said anything about any individual in our lifetime that has not come to pass. We told you that this Vama guy from Babolu is a unity partisan, a bona fide partisan of the Unity Party, and that there is nothing that anybody was going to do to change him or stop him from infusing his Unity Party sentiments in the conduct of the activities of the Liberia of the National Bar Association. What do you see today? Joe Barker has appointed him. Joe Barker has appointed the president of the Liberia National Bar Association. The president is paying all those who play key role in influencing or manipulating the capital building, the capital building incident to incriminate Funanti. Joe Barker is paying all of them back. Let's check the list. When Judge Yamin Gbese came out and issued a clarity to the ultra-virus statement, and my man for the family called him King Jude Soccer. Then Vanishemo, who he holds loyalty to, call him in and say, my man, here's the deal. They will come retire. You have to, we know that all of you come in sign this opinion of the Supreme Court. But the only thing we need for you, don't sign. Issue a dissenting opinion. That's all we want. We will give you the seat as Chief Justice. Fanny Sherman did that negotiation with Yamin Gbese. He said, all we want, because they wanted controversy to keep Rachel Kun up there. So they say, you know, Abi, all we needed to do, just issue a dissenting opinion. Myself will read the dissenting opinion. Just issue it. And that's how Fanny Sherman then wrote this dissenting opinion for Judge Yamin Gbese, for Justice Gbese. You saw how you were reading, stuttering, mispronouncing the words and everything. You could know that he did not write the opinion, his dissenting opinion. Fanny Sherman then wrote the dissenting opinion for Judge Yamin Gbese, and that's how Judge Yamin Gbese was able to read that thing that day. The paper was, we will make you Chief Justice. We sat down on the radio here, right? What do you see today? He is Chief Justice. We didn't stop there. We told you that Vama, Bono Vama. We told you that Bono Vama was paid. He was paid to issue a dissenting opinion or to disagree with the ruling from the Supreme Court. First time in the history of the Liberia National Bar Association for the president or the leadership to convene a press conference and disagreed with an opinion from the Supreme Court. We saw that. What are we seeing today? Today, we are witnessing the appointment of Bono Vama. Yes, for immediate release. Reckless and useless and irresponsible and sick-headed President Barker makes additional nominations and appointments in government. September 3rd, 2025. Those appointed or those nominated and appointed are Law Reform Commission, Councillor Bono M. Vama, Chairman. He's the president of the Bar Association. Our religious leaders are all in Barker pockets. The lawyers that are supposed to be independent, they're in Barker's pockets. The courts that are supposed to be independent, they're in Barker's pockets. The legislature that is supposed to be independent, it is in Barker's. If I don't Barker saying that on them, on it. About the list, the Zogos, We have 3 group of Sogos in the government. The first, the biggest group of Sogos, they sitting now in Capitol building. The second group of Sogos, they are seated in the executive mansion. The third group is seated in the judiciary. Yes. Group of Sogos wearing clean clothes. See the kind of decision. The president of the Bar Association will disagreed with an opinion from the Supreme Court. Now they're sending him at the Law Reform Commission to go do what in there? To go make your own money. Elephant meat. Go eat your own. Go eat your own. I go home, man. I'm sick. I'm sick. Yeah. What? Jesus. So we don't have anybody in the country. No integrity person in this country. Double Jala is small, a tiny integrity in high. He go take car as bribe. Talking about Double Jala. If he buy for it next week. Next week, me Double Jala for it. You turn left, right, front, back, down, up. The whole government, the entire governance system is dirty with corruption. Everybody's stealing and digging up in our budget and enriching themselves. And they don't want anybody to talk about it. I told my UV friends every day. That's why when Mansisi called, she more they aware. And the thing about my own opposition to them, and I'm in Haiti, I'm on the radio. They are aware I'm on the radio. And I can sit down on my show where I can disagree with them and chastise them and expose them and say the other men are my friend. That's friendship. Look in your face and tell you, my man, I can't decide with you to do the wrong things. We maintain our friendship on the side, then we maintain our job, our professional job we have to do. Case closed. So we are the real people with integrity in this country. Okay, they say, yeah, they men are my friend. But we will chastise this government for doing the wrong things and we will expose the government regardless of me having friends in the government. The guys are messing up. They have messed up. That government here, he's sitting on there 2.5 million plus. And all they can justify is, no proper documentation, trying to blah documentation. Poma Kamara was done it. So Poma Kamara was working without documentation. He didn't do nothing. Anthony Meyer was there working without documentation. He didn't do anything. Finance ministry get real dirty rogues in finance ministry. They go down there when they mismanage money, then they take the document, they hide it. When GSC goes in, then they say, oh, we're not getting the document, we can't find it. When they say they can't find the GSC issues that report, then they blame it on the previous government or the previous administration. That's how they behave at our Ministry of Finance. Dirty rogues. Let's take the last call, then we'll go home. Good evening to you. Let's hear you, my brother.
Hey, good evening, Austin, and good evening to the people of Liberia. I want to say thank you. Austin, like you said, the people will honor you people. Because, for me, I knew that guy, Varma, was going to be rewarded. It's just unfortunate that they didn't appoint him as Associate Justice.
I'm telling you.
For me, that's what I expected. Because that was the position he wanted. He wanted to be an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court. Look, Austin, Sunday Justice of Bombay County. The day Sunday Justice went on Punch FM and said, anybody calls President Buckeye, I will go on the radio and call your man. The next day, what happened to him?
He started crying. He said, the UP government.
So it means that,
he's more ungrateful.
Yeah. So this
the next day they appointed him.
So this is This old man is only, he has shown Liberians that indeed he not come for peace. Like I will always say on the radio when I call, and let my name be gone forth. My name is Musa G. Brown. The G stand for Bujo White. I'm from both Bonny County and Grand Ketmount County. Look, Joseph Barker is wicked, and that disaster will go on he and his great generation that he will leave behind. That wickedness, that old man is very wicked. Look, I tell you what, Joseph Boakai will reap what he's sowing. His grandchildren, his children will reap what he's sowing in our country. That wickedness that he's sowing, that seed of discord that he's sowing among the Liberians will go beyond his children. Because I know one day we'll have a president that will unite Liberia, but Joseph Boakai will all remain scattered. He, Joseph Boakai. So long he want to scatter Liberia, he will receive the greater disaster. Even in his grave, he will receive it. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, folks. This government. Boakai remains the biggest and greatest disappointment to this country. I pity my friends who are in this government. I pity them. I really pity them. But the old man, no. Kunse, his brain is going down the drain. This is it. This is what Jeremiah Kun was talking about. And you all ignore us. 20,000 human beings ignore us and risk our country to this disaster called Joe Boakai. He risked our country for 6 years, 6 freaking years, and deposited our country in a broken hand, a man with broken arms, a man whose arms cannot even wink for more than 2 seconds, cannot hold anything for more than 2 seconds. You touch our country in his hand, and you expect any result? You see the mess? Do you see what Liberia is going through? Do you see what Liberia is experiencing? Do you see how angry Liberians are because of this weakling, this political bukume, this political Humpty Dumpty called Boakai you gave us? Do you see the disaster that we found ourselves in? And you want us to sit down and say nothing and do nothing? That's not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. At times I get angry when I see these electoral decisions, these electoral actions being taken by a group of electoral people that are supposed to be civilized people who gone in our state, correcting the mistakes that George Weah made, upgrading the good things he did, and undoing the bad ones he did. This is leadership. This is how people rescue system. You don't come there and break everything down and start doing the worst that nobody expected that a man like Joe Boakai would have done. Nobody referring to the 20,000 human beings. Some of us expected that Boakai would have been a disgrace to Wasonga. We know that Boakai would have been a disgrace to Wasonga. We knew that Boakai would have been a disgrace to Lofa, a disgrace to the Baptist Church. So it is not strange to us. What is strange is the fact that you Liberians, or some of you Liberians, are still sitting and believing that this old man with nothing sound to do will develop or make progress or change this country. That's what disappointing, that some of you still think that Joe Boakai can change the narratives. You must be joking. Joe can do anything. He's weary. He's weary. But I leave you with a portion of a famous hymn in the United Methodist Church. Stand by me. And this portion of this song is for all of you, seditious and reactions. This is my favorite line in that song, Stand by me. When I've done my best I can, and my friends misunderstand, thou who knowest all about me, stand by me. That's my favorite line in that song. When I've done my best I can, and my friends misunderstand, thou who knowest all about me, stand by me. We stand with George Weah, folks. God bless all of you. We stand with George Weah. We stand with George Weah.
Cap with a J, no side G.
International, baby. They say they want new press, so we gave them the...
Thank you. Thanks to all of you for watching. Thanks to all of you for listening. Thanks to all of you for the exchanges on all the laugh. By the grace of God, we shall be back here tomorrow to continue our engagement. Keep us in your prayers, because we have to be strong and brave to face these oppressors. They are wicked, they are terrible. Until we see tomorrow, do have yourselves pleasant moments in your respective areas. My name is Austin Kawa. Bye-bye.
We gave them the new press, they say they want new press,